My name is Musa Mbakaza, and I'm currently the Acting Fleet Management Executive for Amsol, African Marine Solutions. Amsol is a shipping company that manages various vessels from coastal tankers to anchor handlers around the coast. The exercise that we've had is critical for Amsol as we manage currently the ETV, and we are normally the first respondents should such an incident occur. And it was quite good to see the cooperation between multiple stakeholders to manage this incident efficiently and effectively.
You mentioned an ETV. What is an ETV again?
It's an emergency towing vessel.
Mr. Mbagaza, from Amsol's perspective, as a long-term industry participant and an active participant, what would be your view of South Africa's state of readiness in terms of incident management?
Well, my answer would be based on the history as a reference. We've been able to manage incidents along the coast and not have a serious incident that has gone on the coastline in the last few months. We've had managed the SA Amanda, which was the ETV initially, and the Umkhuseli, our new vessel, has taken over that role. And but that said, there's always room to improve because when things do go right, it's complacency creeps in. So I would honestly think that you would need a second vessel to cover the eastern coast in case that you have two incidents occurring at the same time, especially with our coast being notoriously known to have freak waves and to cause a danger for vessels. We've currently noticed a trend with shipping companies or shipping vessels along the coast having engine problems due to the new fuel changes. And that is a risk that we currently are quite thin in mitigating.
The vessel Umkhuseli, I happened to witness it in action during this live exercise in Cape Town. And one of the things that I noticed it doing was to spray something. I'm not quite sure what that was. Can you briefly just tell us what exactly this vessel does?
So the Umkhuseli, as the ETV, is quite a specialized vessel with a lot of attributes to her. What you witnessed was the dispersant booms that would be sprayed on a spill, pending approval from the relevant authorities to break up the slick, if so required. So it's got the equipment on board where it will rig out the booms and then has a holding tank with a dispersant that it will spray. It also has capabilities to recover oil with a capacity of over 1,000 cubes in case where we, as shown today, where we do launch skimmers and booms using a REB boat, and then we will retrieve the oil from the water surface into our holding tanks to disperse ashore, and that mitigates the risk of the oil going on the shoreline. So that is quite a feature that is quite useful, and as if you've got 1,000 cubes on the shore, by using the skimmers, you can reduce that by 80 to 90%, depending on weather conditions and the dispersant of the effluent.
Wow, that's wonderful. So this is the kind of vessel that you would need alongside other support vessels in the case of an oil spill, say, for example, in the bunkering zone near Wuhan.
Ideally, but conditions vary depending on situation. So a vessel like that would be quite critical. Not to say that only, but depending on the situation and proximity to the coastline, you might find that there may be other resources, maybe not of this nature, but if you have a few numbers or numerous numbers of smaller resources, you can still have the same efficiency. But it's just with the Umkhuseli, it makes it a lot more, how can I put it, efficient in terms of how it's managed, because the risk with multiple stakeholders on one side has increased risk with certain operations. So having one vessel that can do that efficiently instead of having five you drastically or exponentially reduce that risk.
So, thank you very much. I truly appreciate your time. I think it's been a wonderful 5 days. I don't know if you've been here for all of the 5 days. The desktop training I witnessed for the second time since 2019, I think it was. Same venue, and then we were out at sea with your vessel. And yeah, thank you.
No, thank you.